Hey, so this is going to be a live solve of Desert Treasure 2's first puzzle. It's a Sudoku puzzle. I'm making this video not to necessarily act as a guide, but to explain how you arrive at the correct answer, because what's always a disappointment to me if I have to look up an answer to a puzzle that I can't figure out is just getting the answer and not really understanding how the puzzle was made and how you arrived at that answer. So that's what this video is hoping to aim for. So I've done quite a bit of Sudoku in the past. Hopefully this won't be too difficult for me. So we have simple rules here. Simple Sudoku rules apply. So one cell per row and then per column. And then you have two additional rules in that you could have no adjacent cells and no cells, only one cell per section. And these sections are color coded on the grid. So the very first thing that jumps out to me when I look at this board are these two cells up here. So these are both vertical, and this, as per the rules, we need a cell in that section. So no matter what, there is always going to be a cell in one of these two positions. And based off of normal Sudoku rules, we then can take that knowledge and push down and know that this entire row will not contain a cell, because there will be one somewhere up here. Well, because this entire row will not contain a cell, and because we've got this little section right here that must contain a cell, we know that there must be one right there, right? So that's where I'm at so far. And then let's try to continue pushing this knowledge. So if we look at this little snake grid, we've got these four cells are never going to be in the equation. If we were to place this cell here, then we would know that the green cell goes here. And if that were the case, we could look diagonally going west. There would be no cell here, here, or here, meaning it has to be in one of these two positions. If it was right here, then all of this would be blocked and it would thus be there. But we can see that that can't be true because one, we break a rule here with the adjacent cells, but two, we break a rule here with the column. So something about this position is not right. And it must be this, because there is no solve which doesn't allow for no adjacent cells if there's a cell in this position. So we can remove that. And I think, based off of that restriction, we may actually know exactly where this cell goes as well, because if this cell goes right here, that kind of makes it difficult to place a cell over here in one of these two positions, because that would break a rule with the adjacent cells. So we have decided then that the green cell always goes into one of these two positions. I've already proven that this position doesn't work. And then we know by Sudoku rules that these four positions are always taken away. So it must go in one of these two positions, which means no matter where this cell goes, it will always block that position there. So this cell must be right here. And now, looking at Sudoku rules, we have our gray cell there. So this blocks these, this blocks these, and this blocks these. Ergo, it must be there, which blocks this. It must be there. So, to remind ourselves, these four are guaranteed to be correct. This is in one of these two positions. We don't know yet. So keep that in mind. So let's continue the solve. We've got this blocks here, and this blocks here. So we know that this cell must be in one of these three positions. Keep in mind that this is going to block one of them depending on where it lies, but we don't know exactly where yet. But let's look at this yellow one, because the yellow one seems to be rather restricted at the moment. So we've got this across, and down. So this cell exists in one of these three cells. And that's going to form a triple between the green, the yellow, and the, I don't know, peach, maybe hot pink, not hot pink. I don't know what color you call this. So to explain what I'm talking about, we've got these three cells here, right? Or these three groups of cells with the green, yellow, and whatever color. If this cell goes here, this must go here, which must push this here. But we have no adjacent cells. So we know that there must be a gap between these two cells. So because of that rule, I think this bottom cell is always forced to go here. But that's not necessarily true, because remember, the three tiles we're working with exist here, which would, let's play around with that. So if this belongs here, that forces this to go here, and then this must go here. And that's a happy solve. Nothing wrong with that. Unless the existence of these cells make it such that the gray area has no solve at all. And let's look for that. I think that's the case. Because if we look here, we've got every single row already has a cell in it, except for this row down here. But this cannot go here because of the no adjacent cells rule. So this is wrong. This is wrong, which means that these are wrong. Which, because of the no adjacent cells again, means that it is the yellow that is correct, I think. Oh, wait. Ooh, I'm not too sure, actually. So I know that what I've got is wrong because these cells, which I know are correct, do not leave a solution for the final cell. How do I solve this? Because if this moves down, this has nowhere to go. Ooh. So again, this has to be wrong, right? There's pretty certain, unless for some reason they don't count this as adjacent. Okay. If you didn't follow what I was doing there, I was making sure that this did count as adjacent and they weren't just counting orthogonal directions as adjacent. I do, by the way, like that this damages you. Am I still praying? No, I'm not. Okay. I do like that this damages you so that you can't just... I mean, you could brute force it, but not easily. I'm sure there's someone watching this who has solved this already and is screaming at a very obvious thing that I'm missing, but... Oh, I think I'm stuck. How do you solve this at the end? This is really well made. I'm sure it's not that difficult. I mean, it's a RuneScape puzzle. It can't be that difficult, right? Do I have something wrong? I mean, these four are correct. I know these four are correct. I've already proven that. If this goes here, this must go here. But it can't because of the no adjacents. And that's where I'm stuck on. I don't get it. Wait, is that it? Wait, am I dumb? Wait a second. How did I not see that? Oh my god! How did I not see that? when I when I saw that, I was like, wait a second, that's too easy. Am I dumb? Have I just been missing that? Yes. The answer is yes. Well, that's it. I hope that that was satisfying to anyone who wasn't just satisfied by seeing the answer. Good luck with the quest.